Coming up, UTRGV is celebrating its 10th year anniversary. Find out how much the university has changed within its first decade.
UTRGV has surpassed all the key milestones that you would expect from a university.
Plus, football is here. We'll give you all the details of the inaugural football game in KVAQ Sports. And with change on the horizon, find out what cities are switching districts due to House Bill 4. KVAQ-TV starts now.
Welcome back, Vaqueros. I'm Perla Cortez, and this is the first fall 2025 edition of KVAQ-TV. And for the first time this year, let's take a look at the top story. UTRGV will celebrate its 10th year anniversary on Wednesday. How has the university changed in a decade since its opening? Multimedia journalist Victor Ortega with the story.
UTRGV has surpassed all the key milestones that you would expect from a university. For example, our enrollment is higher than it's ever been.
According to UTRGV's annual report, the university has grown significantly from year to year, from 28,000 students enrolled in fall 2015 to 34,000 in fall 2024. It now offers over 40 new degrees in athletic programs since its merging of UT Pan American and UT Brownsville, such as the recently announced School of Optometry and college football.
Before UTRGV, there was not a School of Medicine. We were losing students. Some of our best students in the Valley were simply leaving because they couldn't get the programs that were offered outside the Valley in the Valley.
Associate Director of Student Union Sergio Martinez, who has been with the university since 1998, says the transition from the legacy institutions to UTRGV was an exciting but demanding time for faculty and staff members.
I know it was a very challenging, stressful time for us, but also very worth it, because we were starting something new with building upon the legacy of both institutions.
Beyond the new programs, both campuses have also received major updates, such as the Robert and Janet Barker Stadium in Edinburgh and the upcoming Brownsville Visual Arts Complex. Gonzalez adds research expenditures are on an all-time high this year, expected to reach $100 million in September, $10 million higher than 2024. University officials share their excitement for these milestones, but they still plan to grow beyond these achievements, as President Guy Bailey shares.
We want to really strengthen the student experience on campus. We have a pretty good one now, but we want to make that even better.
Bailey says the university plans on creating more opportunities for students to live and work on campus in the future, while also providing high-quality programs. Celebrate the 10th anniversary throughout Welcome Week on both campuses. Visit our website for a list of events. For KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Victor Ortega.
As a part of the celebration, students, faculty, and staff can visit one of our locations to receive a free shirt, cupcake, and drink. On your screen, you can see the 4 locations and the specific times where the free giveaways will be available. Giveaway items will be limited to 1 of each item per person, while supplies last. Also, at UTRGV, a new category for the annual holiday card contest is open, sparking some differing thoughts among UTRGV students. Dathan Trevino with more.
A new AI-enhanced category was added to the contest, encouraging students to create their own AI holiday cards to submit. This decision comes after the criticisms the contest faced last year when students called out the winner for using AI. UTRGV Vice President for University Marketing and Communications, Patrick Gonzalez, says these criticisms did not play a part in the decision to create a separate category.
This is all about having as many students participate as possible, right? This is a fun, spirited contest that Dr. Bailey has had for almost 2 decades. The goal is to spread holiday cheer among the students.
Now, the criticisms continue, now aimed toward the new category. An anonymous user in the UTRGV Students Facebook group says, and I quote, "Allowing AI submissions is just wrong and irresponsible." When asked about these criticisms, Gonzalez replied,
"Oh, they can be in the other category. If they don't like the AI enhanced category, then I welcome them to compete in the personally designed category."
According to the AI enhanced category submission rules, Students are allowed to use generative AI or use AI to enhance their artwork as long as there's still a personal touch. Since AI art holds no copyright, students are required to use these personal touches to properly own their holiday cards.
Tracking bus and Volt routes may look a little different this semester. Multimedia journalist Ian Juarez takes the wheel with the story.
The UTRGV Department of Parking and Transportation is switching to a new main mobile app this academic year, promising an array of features for students. The current app, Ride Systems, will switch to Translock, offering ride tracking, pickup and drop-off location and times. KVAQ-TV had the chance to speak with the UTRGV Director of Transportation Services, Maribel Contreras, to ask why the change.
The reason why we're replacing it with Translock is because Ride Systems and Translock merged. So their new application that they're going to be using is going to be Translock.
After installing the app, the first thing we're going to do is allow it to have location permissions. So grant permission and while using the app. And I'm going to select precise as well. From here, you want to select what services you're going to be using. In this case, I'm going to select UTRGV and Valley Metro. Then we want to click Finish and See Routes. This will bring you to a map showing all the routes that the services provide. In my case, I'm going to want to only go from Edinburgh to Harlingen. So what I'll do is I'll unselect all these and I will select the orange line. Students on campus voiced their thoughts on the merger.
I heard that there was going to be new requirements, like when you ride the bus, but I didn't know that they were switching the apps. I don't think they've been advertised well enough. I didn't know that they existed, honestly.
No, I didn't. I wasn't aware of this.
Research into the app reviews on Google Play Store shows there has been a difference in customer reviews, with Ride Systems being at 4.4 stars and Translock being at 2.8 stars. Maribel Contreras gave us an additional statement speaking on any possible concerns that may come from the merger. Quote, "Since they merged together, they have successfully added important features to the Translock app and have successfully sunsetted other fixed route and on-demand apps that were legacy products. By having one on-demand and one fixed route app, it will allow for Translock to focus on more just two apps and incorporate more feature requests in the future. The Department of Parking and Transportation Services will send updates going forward to students' emails. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, I'm Ian Juarez."
The color orange flooded the Robert and Janet Vacker Stadium this weekend. Take a look at KVAQ-TV Sports with Desiree Villanueva, who witnessed the sold-out first inaugural football game for UTRGV. Desiree?
Welcome back, Vaqueros. We're going to take a look here at the first ever UTRGV football game. The standout was 66-0, as long as with UTRGV won 66-0. Now let's take a look at volleyball with Alec Rodriguez with the first jitter story.
The UTRGV volleyball team had its first game of the season Friday. KVAQ-TV interviewed two of the players ahead of the game. This year, the UTRGV volleyball team is working on joining forces to climb to the top.
And I think all this practice that we did already, we're working really, really hard, and I think we're going to do really good.
Junior outside hitter Nadine Zek has been on the volleyball team for the past 3 years. She says the team is working on improving last year's shortcomings.
And I think this year what we're going to do is those things that we couldn't do that time, we're going to do it right now and during this season.
Junior settle and defensive specialist Suheli Momela previously played for St. John's University for 2 years before transferring to UTRGV. As a newcomer, Momela says adjusting to the team has been really easy, but she does think the team can work on its togetherness.
The girls are super welcoming, the coaches as well. It's a competitive environment. We each have really good individual talents, but bringing it together is going to be the most important part.
The first home game of the season will take place at 6:30 p.m. Thursday against Texas State University in the UTRGV Fieldhouse. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Alec Rodriguez.
Just remember, volleyball's having in the other game, and it's all orange out also as well. For home, soccer is also having a game at 6 p.m. here at UTRGV. That's all we have for this edition of KVAQ Sports. Tune in for watching.
Now for redistricting, how will the districts be affected with the new House-Senate bill signed by Greg Abbott? Jasmine Espinosa with the story.
According to the Texas Legislative website, House Bill 4 seeks to redraw districts ahead of the 2026 elections for the U.S. House of Representatives. Assistant Political Science Professor Alvaro Corral says redistricting is held every 10 years to reflect on the population of individuals within the states, and explains what redistricting is.
Sometimes a lot of states, especially those that are growing like Texas, continue to get more seats in Congress, right? So in the last census, because of the growth of the Texas population compared to other states, Texas got 2 new congressional districts. And so that meant that the Texas legislature, who is empowered to redraw lines in this state, had to carve up Texas into, instead of 36 slices of pie, we need to make 38 slices of pie.
Take a look. The new Texas district map was filed in mid-August, and it shows cities such as Mission and McAllen will move from District 15 to District 28. However, cities like Mercedes, Donna, and Weslaco will transfer to District 15 from District 34. Corral adds, courts require the Texas legislature to redraw districts to prevent racial gerrymandering or discrimination. However, that doesn't seem to be the case this year.
Typically in the past, when, the Texas legislature redraws lines, it's often because they've been required by a court to do so. Here, there was no court that said, hey, you need to go back to the drawing board and redraw these lines because we think there's been evidence of racial gerrymandering and racial discrimination. That is not the case in this instance.
Corral adds there is no current information on why the new Texas district map was created.
The origin of what exact entity and who drew these lines remains an open question. And there were only 3, quote, field hearings by this committee, none of which were in South Texas.
In a statement sent to KVAQ-TV, District 34 Congressional Representative Vicente Gonzalez states, and I quote, Governor Greg Abbott has now called 2 special sessions to appease President Trump and rig this next election in Republicans' favor. This new congressional map is a blatant effort to stack the deck against people of the Rio Grande Valley and dilute our voice in Washington. I encourage students to engage in the political process, get informed on the issues, and raise their voice against this un-American power grab. You can take a look at the map on our website, UTRGVTV.com. For KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Jasmine Espinosa.
Thanks for watching, Vaqueros. Make sure to catch our next newscast at 8:30 a.m. Monday, September 8 on VCast monitors and select social medias. For KVAQ-TV, I'm Perla Cortez. Have a great fall semester, Vaqueros.